So have you leash walked young Mr. Dante yet?
Yeah, only on a flexi lead.
Only on a
So
flexi?
at this age, I want him exploring when we go on a walk. Like I don't need him trying to walk next to me at this age. I want him to be a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
So I take him out on a flexi lead, and he could run around wherever he wants, all over, and coming back in. And I don't use flexis with regular dogs, but with puppies, man, they're pretty awesome. There's no tangling, there's no nothing. They come in really handy, and it gives him that freedom, but it also teaches him that leash pressure because he has so much freedom on that flexi that when he starts hitting the end of that, they learn how to turn and start coming back.
Right.
And then I'll just start marking and rewarding that also.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Just as he hits the end, he's like, oh, okay, too far. And he's headed my way. I'll just mark that and reward that a little bit here and there. And I don't do much rewarding of that, but just here and there so the puppy never knows when it's going to happen,
Mm-hmm. And then and that makes it positive. The feel of the reaching the end becomes positive. The turning back and coming towards you becomes really positive.
Sure.
All of that is just good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get a lot of stopping? Like I'm in. So I know you live in Kentucky, I believe, and it's a little different than in Boston or in Dorchester where I am.
Sure.
So I do block walks with my dog. Basically, I go different ways, but basically I'm doing a rectangle. Even with my puppy when she was young, I'd use a small rectangle, right? Are you doing anything like that where it's like, all right, this is where we're going. This is our route. And if you do, do you find the puppy is stopping, putting on the brakes, refusing to walk? Do you walk the puppy by itself or do you walk with the group?
I walk the puppy by itself right now. I don't want my pup. I give him plenty of time to play with Mango, especially. They play outside a lot, and I use her to help wear him out a little bit. But I don't want to give the puppy too much time with the other dogs because I become a lot less important at that stage,
Right.
And I want to build that bond a little stronger with me and the puppy before they're released to just be with the dogs all the time. You know what I mean? Your situation, the way you get to go for walks, to me, being in the city is pretty much the best training you can do. I mean, just taking your dog for a walk in that environment is so beneficial for these puppies. My neighborhood, it's a lot more quiet and the streets are real big and, there's traffic, but not like being in Boston or New York or something. So I make sure I go to like truck stops and busy gas stations, and grocery stores and stuff like that, where there is a lot of activity and the puppy learns how to deal with that,
Excellent. So a retractable leash in the city. Do you think it's wise or do you think it's a little different here?
Yeah, I don't think that would work out. I don't think that would work out too well for you. Yeah, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't do that. Yeah, maybe to a certain extent, you would just have to implement a little more control, on it. But it would definitely be a little more difficult for sure.
Yeah, I would. Now, if you want to use a flexi lead in the environment, like a city environment, you can. I would just, I would try to do it when we're in more open space. Like if you go to a public park, switch the leash, here you go.
Sure.
It's a little different when you put a fixed leash on a dog because if they don't want to move forward, they can lock up and the shortening of the leash actually increases the pressure the dog is under.
Sure.
So definitely using the flexi is good. But if your dog is locked up, let's say the trash truck just went by, the guys hopped off, they're throwing the trash in, and your dog is looking and doesn't want to move forward. What would be your best tip in that situation?
I'll usually walk towards the issue. Like, for instance, my puppy had a weird reaction to a fire hydrant one day.
Mine did
the first
too.
time he saw first time he saw a fire hydrant, he kind of was looking like, whoa, what is that? So I just walk over, I go straight to the fire hydrant. I sit next to it, I touch it, I rub it, I hang out with it, and he sees, okay, this is no big deal, and we move on. And so any situation like that, I kind of take advantage of those things. And I show the dog, look, this is it. Just like, if we're trying to teach our dog to jump over something, Well, I don't try to get the puppy to go over something, to jump over if there's a little hesitation there. I'm just going to go over it first. Show the dog. They'll follow very quickly, you know. So leading by example, sometimes it's just that easy and that beneficial for these puppies, you know.
Definitely leading the way. That's super important. So let's say the dog is locked up because of the fire hydrant. Are you talking to the dog? Are you going, hey puppy, come over here? There's nothing to worry about.
Nothing. I don't say a word. I don't say nothing. You know, I like to do stuff like that in silence for the most part, you know.
Excellent.
That's it.
Because you're showing more than telling, right?
Absolutely.
You're showing them there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Excellent. Have you ever had a puppy that it took longer for them to come than you expected? Like to move along or move forward than you expected it would?
No, I've been pretty lucky with puppies. I've gotten very lucky at picking all the puppies I've ever picked, and I've never had, you know, I love working with fearful dogs. That's my favorite kind of dog to work with. But as far as my own dogs, I've never dealt with that with any of them that I could remember. They've all been very strong dogs, you know.
Excellent.
I am Martin Wright. I've been training dogs in Boston for 10 years plus. If you like what you saw so far, click the subscribe button. If you'd like to see more, click one of the links over here. Check out our description for more links to our other social media, including Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, enjoy your day and enjoy your dog.